Would you watch a show where a billionaire CEO has to go an entire month on their lowest paid employee's salary without access to any resources other than those of the employee? What do you think would happen?
3 months minimum, and I'd watch it.
There was a similar themed show in Hong Kong and mainland China years ago. They swapped billionaires with bottom feeders, letting the rich do basic jobs on the lowest salary to see how far they could go purely by their own effort. Nearly all of the billionaires admitted that they could not get anywhere, regardless of how hard they worked. Even working without sleeping and resting could not provide any accumulation to help climb up to a higher level of society. There was only despair and an admission that the divide between the poor and the rich is already a deep valley, and mere personal effort makes little sense. It stirred a big debate in society back then, and I think that was part of the reason the show got canceled. There was also another show in China swapping senior political figures with community-level council workers to see how well they could perform in each other's roles. The mayors were flooded by angry mobs who kept asking for more and more benefits that were impossible to fulfill. And in the end, they had to admit that the amount of work at the basic community level was too much to achieve anywhere. The show also got canceled quite soon after a few episodes.
I love reality shows, so I'd watch it depending on who produces it. If it's too fake, with too many emotional moments, advertising, and people shouting, I'm out.
It's more than just the money. It's the lack of security these people endure. Not knowing if you'll lose your job tomorrow and having no savings, being kicked out of your home, or facing an unexpected bill you can't afford, which may lead to increasing debt. Putting these rich people in a poor lifestyle for a month isn't enough. Even if they lost their money and homes, they have such a huge network that they'll be back on their feet in the time it takes for us peons to earn enough to eat for a week. They can never truly understand what it's like to be poor or ever face that reality again. So what would happen? It'd be a completely self-serving advert about how now I realize that we need to do more for our employees. The workers get a small vanity bonus, probably give an immigrant worker with limited English a car, pat themselves on the back, and then 2 weeks later, we've all forgotten about the show, and they go back to their old ways.
They'd be fine. The problem with poverty is not usually day-to-day costs. People can adjust to that. It's the unexpected expenses that are crippling. The rant was too whiny. If you have something to say, who am I to say otherwise?
It would be incredibly self-serving and boring. They would never truly experience what it is like to be in the precarious position of a minimum wage employee living hand to mouth, and the novelty is just salt in the wound. It would be more interesting to see the reverse.
I doubt a month is enough to really feel the effects.
Sure, they would never do that though, because then they would have to admit that they don't pay a living wage.
Lots of rich people voluntarily go on vacation to third world countries. The catch is, they know they have a way out and an end date. I'd be interested in watching a show where the CEO had to personally be financially responsible for the welfare of 50% of their lowest paid employees for 10 years, and their net growth percentage equaled their bonus every year, with a big bonus if both the company and the employees were profitable at the end.
You know, most of them are just regular people, right? A billionaire CEO most likely was there at one point and probably has the knowledge and mindset to budget accordingly. It would be boring as anything. The fascination with and hate for rich people is crazy, considering everyone is working to get richer.